Hi, my name is Alexis, and today I will be talking to you about grace and forgiveness. What is grace? Everyone wonders, what is grace? Well, grace is the free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and bestowal of blessings. There's a memory verse that comes with it, and it is found in Psalms 45:2. And it says, "You are the most handsome of Adam's descendants. Grace is poured on your lips. That is why God has blessed you forever." Forgiveness. What is forgiveness? People just forgive or people forgive us. But this is a real definition of grace. Of forgiveness, sorry. The action or process of forgiving or being forgiven. And there's a memory verse that is Matthew 26:28, which says, "This is my blood, the blood of the promise. It is poured out for many people so that sins are forgiven." Okay, why does God give us grace and forgiveness? God is a God that forgives his people. He is a God that longs to restore and renew his people. Where there is no grace and forgiveness, the result is bitterness and resentment. The writer of Hebrews wrote this. See to it that no one falls short of grace, God, and that no bitter root grows up to because trouble and defile many. Harboring. Harboring is, if you don't know, it means a shelter, port, or a place of refuge or safety. Grudges only cause troubles and defilement. These are only too obvious in this present world. The antidote is an abundant supply of grace. Okay, God gave us forgiveness so we can forgive people and so they can learn from their mistakes. People forgive us when we make a mistake. So I think that we should always forgive no matter what, because God forgave us when we sinned or whatever. So we should always forgive God no matter what. Forgive each other, forgive your mom, your dad, forgive everyone. If God forgave us, why can't we forgive people? Or why can't people forgive us? In Acts 20:24 says, "However I consider my life..." Wait a minute. Acts 20:24, says, "But I don't place..." Is that the right one? "But I do not place any value in my own life. I want to finish the race I'm running. I want to carry out the mission I received from the Lord Jesus. The mission of testifying to the good news of God's new kindness." Also in Romans 6:14 says, "For sin shall no longer be your master because you are not under the law but under grace." In Romans 11:6 says, "And if by grace, then it cannot be based on works. If it were grace, it would no longer be grace." Romans 12:3 says, "For by the grace given me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each of you." In 2 Corinthians 6:1 says, "As God's co-workers, we urge you not to receive God's grace in vain." So if you didn't know what grace or forgiveness was, or why does God give us forgiveness and grace, there you have it. But there's a lot more verses about grace and forgiveness that you can look up on a website called BibleGateway.com. If you just type in the word grace, it'll give you a lot of memory verses if you still don't understand it. Or if you want to know more about it. And also for forgiveness, if you type forgiveness, it gives you more memory verses than I have right now. But this is just a little bit so you can know a little bit more about grace and forgiveness. Thank you.